Hi everyone, thank you for joining the call. We'll be with you shortly.
Hazel here.
Yep, hi, Kylie's here.
Hi, Kylie, are you doing the call?
No, my gardening day today, so
Good morning, everyone. Can everyone hear us and see the screen?
Yes, thank you.
certainly can.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us all today. Thank you. So in here in the office, we have myself, we have Mel, who'll be walking you through. We have Nathan, who's in IT, we have Sophia, and we have Kylie as well. So thank you for joining us all. So we will be going through the updates to the enrollment process today, but just a couple of bits of housekeeping before we start. So we just want to make sure that we're utilizing the time that we have together today. So we're going to highlight a few things. This change to the enrollment process is a global IT initiative that has come through from the US and is a non-negotiable update. All other markets will or have already processed onto this update. So this is here to stay. We are aware that you will have some feedback in regards to this update. But if you'd like to send that through to businessdev.au@youngliving.com, we'll be able to forward it on to the US. But today's webinar is purely as an education webinar to make sure that we have a seamless transition for both you and your members onto this new platform. We will be collecting your questions at the end, so we're going to treat it a little bit like the silver call. So please feel free to pop your messages in the chat box. I am hosting this call, but we are going to be doing this from Nathan's laptop as we will be using a test site. So you'll be able to see that there's a URL at the top of the screen. Please note that this is our testing platform. This is not to be used. So if it is a little bit slower than normal, this is absolutely fine. It is just a case of it being the testing platform. So bear with us if it just takes a little bit longer to load the pages. Once it goes live as early as tomorrow, potentially, we will be able to update you as soon as possible on that one. So please do put your messages in the chat box and we'll answer them as we go through. And there will be time at the end for you to unmute yourself and to ask questions as well. But yes, we are really grateful for all of you to be here today and for your time as well. And let's make sure that we can get this as smooth as possible for all of you and your members as well. So I'm going to pass you over to Mel, who's going to walk you through the 3 different processes of this new enrollment process. So thank you.
Okay. Hi guys. I'm going to run you through how to place a standard order. Okay, so this is our brand new splash page. So over here with step 1, previously we pre-filled all the member information. It's changed to you need to choose your starter kit. So it's still the same here. It's defaulted to a PSK with dewdrop, and you can go to other PSKs, the basics and stuff. So we're going to scroll down. And now it's going to ask you if you would like to enroll in the Central Rewards program. So here we are going to select no. So if the member's happy just to go and purchase a PSK and check out, they just need to hit next and it'll take you to the membership sign up where they enter their details, the sponsor enroller details, their credit card details, and that would complete checkout. If they want to add products, they just select add products, continue shopping, and then they come back to this page, you'll hit next, and then it'll take you through the sign up process. So today we're going to focus more on essential rewards, as this is where the main changes are happening. So basically, in order to join on essential rewards, the PSK will no longer hold on the template. So the members have two options here. So it'll ask you if you'd like to join essential rewards. So you select yes. It'll say great choice. We're excited for you.
Oh,
sorry.
just a little bit slower. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, so great choice. We're excited for you to experience the incredible benefits of ER by clicking yes. You're agreeing to all terms and conditions of the ER program. You may cancel or change at any time. Next question. Your PSK will be your first ER order. Click yes to set up your ER order for next month, or click no if you wish to add additional items to your first order, which will include your PSK. So what we're going to do here, we're going to select yes. So what this does, it takes you to step 3. So we have our PSK, which will be our first essential rewards order, and now we're going to set up next month's order. Okay, so in this example here, we are going to add the Ningxia Red Essential Rewards bundle, and this will process in the members following month. Where do you want me to go back from?
Yep. So we'll just recap.
Okay. So we're going back to step 1. Is that what you want? Okay. So we're going to go back and do the enrollment for ER. So step 1, choose your starter kit. We've defaulted to the Dewdrop PSK. Okay. So step 2, would you like to enroll in the Essential Rewards program? We're going to select yes. Okay. Next question. Your PSK will be your first Essential Rewards order. Click yes to set up your ER order for next month, or click no if you wish to add additional items to your first order, which will include your PSK. So we selected yes.
We understand that this may not make sense at the moment, so we'll take you through the process, and we'll take you through the process of the other option as well, and then we'll recap. We'll come back and recap. It does make more sense once the process has gone through in full.
Okay, so we'll move on to step 3. So what we need to do here is create next month's order. So we need to have at least 50 PV saved before we can move on. So what we've done here, we've selected the Ningxia rewards bundle, and then we're going to scroll down, and it's going to ask us to continue enrollment. So what we need to keep in mind here, if we want to add anything else for this month's order with the premium starter kit with the Dewdrop, we need to select add more products. And we can add something. So in this instance, we're going to add a Jade Lemon. So the Jade Lemon is going to be in the first order with the PSK, and both of these items here will not save on next month's order. The only thing that will save is the Ningxia ER bundle that we selected prior.
Okay, so we're getting a couple of questions already. So we'll just pause for a second.
Yep.
So Kim's asked, is there a way that they can skip setting up the next month's ER order, as people may not know what they want yet?
No.
This is the main change for this new enrollment process. So you no longer have the option of just being able to add the premium starter kit and moving forwards. You do either have to set up next month's order or the next process, which Mel will take us through, which is adding 50 PV to your enrollment order. I hope that makes sense. Just a couple more questions. So yes, it will take away the times where people forget to change their first order with their PSK. So this way they will no longer end up with a second order of a PSK.
Yeah.
They will end up with the additional items that they added in their first month, or the items that they selected to have for their second month. Just asking a couple, so they have to create their first ER order. There we are. So we can't show all of the essential rewards bundles on that front screen. You have to go into the customized kit section for that one, just because of spacing and the way that IT is run. But those are the two options that are our most popular options.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. So yes, you still will be able to change the items for the second month. So it's not a case that they're choosing the Essential Rewards bundle now and that will be permanent and they won't be able to update it. As soon as this order processes for their enrollment order, if they wish to update or add any items, they have up until about, we suggest 48 hours before their next processing date, which will be roughly a month after the enrollment date. Just having a little check. Yes, so you will choose the second month order for them when you enroll them during their first enrollment order. There will be step-by-step instructions, Meredith. I have created some of those. So they will be available after this call along with the FAQs. There will also be a tutorial video as well for you to share with your members. Let's have a look. Okay, so that's all the questions so far. I'm sorry if I think I haven't missed anyone. But yes, Pauline, you're correct. Being able to choose the products prior to them putting all of their details in is amazing. So they can have a shop and then they go through the normal process in any other shop. They choose their items and then they put their details in. So I'm going to pass back to Mel, who's going to take you through the rest of this process. Maybe we'll just recap slightly. We know that you've got questions, so I will keep an eye on the chat box, but we'll try and go through a full process so that you can see it all. And then we'll do the second process as well. So please do bear with us. Thank you.
Okay, so back up at step 1, we've got the PSK with the dewdrop. Step 2, we've selected we want to join Essential Rewards, and we've selected yes again, which means we are setting up next month's order. So we added the Ningxia Red Essential Rewards bundle to next month's order. And then we also added that Jade Lemon for this month's order with the PSK. So now we're going to move on. And it comes to the membership information. So this page is the same.
So just while Nathan's entering some details, I'll just cover. So yes, the PSK is still counted as their first Essential Rewards order. That's not changing at all. So that's perfect. The tutorials will be made available after this call, so this afternoon. The recording will go up on the Silver Call. All of the guides, FAQs, and the tutorial will be available this afternoon, as this is due to, we're looking at tomorrow morning. But yes, hopefully it will be tomorrow, but we need to confirm that with IT. But yes, you will have all of the information prior to it being released to all of your members. And for the BSK, it will be the same process. At the top, you do have the option to select a BSK and then to add items. But Mel will show you a little bit more about that later. Thank you.
Okay, so the sponsor and the enroller information has moved down to the membership information page. And then we tick the terms and conditions at the bottom. Okay, so we'll put our shipping information and card details here. We'll select next. Okay, so this is going to give you a breakdown here, your membership, your personal information, your shipping and billing, who your sponsor and enroller is, and then the order summary that's going to process today. So you can see here we've got the PSK with the dewdrop and the Jade Lemon. You'll also notice here you cannot see the Ningxia Essential Rewards bundle because we have that set up for next month's order. So it'll give you the order summary on what's processing today. So when we're ready, we just press activate and checkout, and that will complete enrollment.
So bear with us a little bit here because this is the testing program. It takes a little bit of time for us to kick it over. But so you can see that it has now processed.
Okay. Okay, so the account's all set up. And if members wish to see their ER processing date and what's on their essential rewards order for next month, they just need to select monthly ER. Yeah.
So we'll select this now, and it will still show that you need to set up the template. It will have set up, however, because we're in a testing environment, it does just take a little bit longer for it to pull through. So you will see there the normal process of the processing date and details as well. So we've got a couple of questions.
Yeah. All right.
Bear with me 1 second. Okay, so I've got some questions from Naomi and Artemis about the change and the reasoning behind this change. All I can advise is this change has come through as part of a US initiative. We can take your feedback via email and we can pass it on to them, but it is a process just to try and streamline the enrollments for essential rewards. I can understand that there will be some changes to it, but we, at this point, we can only forward on our feedback to the US. Yeah, and it is, so Pauline's just mentioning the fact that it is easier and the sponsor enroller is part of the membership page now as well. So it's not on the front screen. So it's a lot more built in with the process. So the US, so I'm just reading the questions. So the US has this process. So the US has the same enrollment process.
Exactly.
So all countries and all markets will have this process, if not already.
Yeah, a few of them have it.
I've got a couple of other questions from Artemis and Chris Lewin. I'm just going to double check with before I answer those. So bear with us. I'll pass back to Mel and we'll take you through the next essential rewards process.
Okay. Okay, so we'll run you through the second option for essential rewards. Okay, so step one, we'll just leave it again as the PSK with Dewdrop. Step two, join essential rewards. And in this scenario here, we are going to select no. So what we are doing here, the member needs to set up at least 150 PV to process this order. So they've got their PSK and an additional 50 PV. That 50 PV will process with the PSK, and then that will save as the monthly ER template.
Okay, so just to recap that one again. So you'll be adding the PSK to your enrollment order, as well as an additional 50 PV, creating a 150 PV order. As soon as this enrollment order processes, the PSK will be removed from the template and you'll have 50 PV remaining for your next month's order.
Which we'll need to change next month.
Yeah, so you'll need to change that one for next month, but it will be added to the template.
So here we're just going to go to customize your kit and we're just going to add 50 PV to the order. Okay, we'll save that. Okay, so we'll select next here. It'll take you back to the membership information page.
Okay, so just quickly while we're filling in these details, I'll ask her a few more questions. So Meredith asked if members can still buy the PSK and not join Essential Rewards. Yes, they can. That's the standard order option. It's the first yes/no box. You just press no, and then you just continue on, and you'll come through to this page. So nice and simple. Yeah, it's a really great global change. It puts all markets together. All markets process will be the same, which means that you'll be able to assist members in all markets should you enroll them wherever they are in the world. So it's a really, really great process. And the new member voucher, Chris, is something that is based in the US. It does come up on all virtual offices, but it is a US initiative. We did have it, and we do have it on the current one that's live at the moment, but it's just not available in the Australian and New Zealand market.
Yeah, am I good to go, Barney? Yeah, okay. So we filled out all the information. You'll see here in the order summary, you've got the PSK with the dewdrop, and you have the 3 lavenders. So this order will process as soon as you activate and check out, and then the 3 lavenders will be created and saved on your Essential Rewards template.
Okay, wonderful. So they are the 2 options. This is being recorded, and Naomi has asked if we can post this. We do have the Gold Facebook group that we used for the Young Living Academy, and I can post it there straight after this call for you guys to watch, and we will place the call on the Silvers page later on. That's not a problem at all, just so that you'll be able to watch this back. Would you like us to run through it again? I know that it's a bit, we did go through it quite a lot yesterday, Mel and myself, to make sure that we understood the new process for you, but we understand that it's new for you as well. So if you would like us to run through it again, we're more than happy to. Just let us know. So Chris's question is, what is the new member voucher? That is something that's based in the US. It's not available in the Australian and New Zealand market. However, it will show up on all of the virtual offices. It's not something that we can remove. Okay, so maybe we'll just go through the process just one more time, just to show you. So we'll start again from the beginning. Oh, sorry, Chris. Okay, so sorry, I missed the second question, Chris. So Chris is asking, are they going to have to pay for 150 PV on their first order? Not at all. So either they do 150 PV as their first order, or they set up their next month's order. So the 150 PV is, for example, if they wanted to purchase additional products in their first month, or if they wanted to order the same thing every month. For example, the household cleaner. If they knew that they wanted to purchase that next month, or the Ningxia Red bundle, for example, they could add that. It would be over 150, so the template would save. The alternative option is to purchase the PSK in their first order and then set up their next month's order with a bundle or additional products up to 50 PV, a minimum of 50 PV. They will be able to do their own rewards order once they have set up and activated their account.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it will just be about education, and that's what we can do here today. This new splash page is beautiful. It's a great way to get members involved in the Essential Rewards program from the get-go. And I'm going to pass back to Mel, who's just going to take you through the Essential Rewards process, those 2 processes, just one more time. But this time, yeah, we're just not going to go through to the member information pages.
Yeah. So just scroll down again to step 1. So, yeah, so we've got the PSK with the dewdrop. If you want to view other premium kits, basic kits, they're all available there. Okay, back to step 2, select yes. And then we're going to select yes again. So when you're selecting yes and yes, basically what you're doing here, you're creating your PSK as your first order, and you're setting up next month's order So that's the main difference between yes, yes, and yes, no. Yes, if you select yes, no, what you're doing is creating 150 PV as your very first order. So that's the big difference. So we're going to go on to yes, yes again. So we've set up our PSK and now we're going to set up the extra 50 PV for next month. So once again, I've selected the Ningxia Essential Rewards bundle. So if the member was happy to get the PSK only today, we would continue enrollment and select next. As like I was saying before, if they want to add anything extra on the first order, like a toothpaste or another oil, then they would select here, add more products.
So this part here is the part that's really important that we stress to you guys. So if you scroll up slightly, Nathan, for me. Oh, just there so I can see the customized kit and the one underneath. Yep. So these two sections here are really important. So that top one where it says choose your essential rewards kit, that section there with the bundles and the customize your monthly order is setting up next month's order.
Yeah.
So that's where you'll place a Ningxia Red bundle or items for their second month. The section underneath that says continue enrollment, that area there is where you'll add additional items to the PSK order. That's the really important part that we need to stress to you. We don't want those two getting muddled up. If you do put the bundle, for example, into the continue enrollment, you will be charged for the premium starter kit and the bundle in that first month. Yeah. The PSK will then be removed and the bundle will then remain. So that's the really important part to stress. There are a couple of questions that I'm going to go back to. So if they do spend 150 PV in their first order, Alison, they don't have to put anything in for the following month. That's correct, because the 50 PV additional to the premium starter kit will stay on the template. So if they order 150 PV of, let's say, 3 lavenders and the premium starter kit will drop off and the remaining 3 lavenders will stay on for their next monthly order. Okay, so and Sarah's got a very good question as well in regarding to creating their own kit. Apologies, I read that wrong earlier. Yes, they can. So if you scroll up slightly, Nathan, as well, you can see, a little bit more. You can see here that you have the option at the top there under choose your starter kit to select the basic kit. Mm-hmm. And then at the bottom of the page, scroll down all the way to the bottom, continue your enrollment, you add the products there that the members would like to add in addition to that basic starter kit. So that's how they would customize their own first order using that basic starter kit. So not all Essential Rewards bundles will show up on that front screen as we just don't have enough space. But those two Essential Rewards bundles that we have chosen are our most popular ones. So Serene's asking a very good question, as this is something that came up yesterday. So Serene is asking, so I can't order 100 PV plus a V6 in my first order?
Yes.
Yes, you can. So this would mean that you would just need to set up your next month's order as well. So you select your premium starter kit from the top here. So we're going to choose the dewdrop. We're then going to scroll down and press yes. And then yes. We'll select the bundle to add for next month. So we're going to use the Healthy Homes bundle. That will be my next monthly order. And then to add to my PSK order, I want to add the V6. I press add more products. I'll be taken through to the section. We're then going to, we've got the lavender on there at the moment, but we can remove the lavender and add on a V6 in there.
I don't know if it's set up in this environment.
That's okay. We don't know whether the V6 is set up in this environment because it is the test environment, but this is where you would add the V6 to the order. I hope that makes sense. Yes, so Alina's asking as well if we will make adjustments to the how to enroll PDF slides that are used in the back office, so on YLC as well. Yes, so those will be edited and we'll update the assets that we have on YLC and on the virtual office to include these new updated documents. So I'm just trying to read as many. I hope I haven't missed anyone.
Can we see? Okay.
Open the questions.
So let me just have a quick look here. So Chris is asking when do they have to put their bank details in for commissions? That's a direct credit credit of commissions form that they need to fill in via the virtual office. So that's not done via sign up, that's done through a separate form. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to read all the questions as well, make sure that we get everyone. Okay, so Kim, did you answer the question about sign up links still working? So for the sign up links, is that for the link builder? But if you use the link builder link to come through to the sign up page, it will still pull.
Yes, it will still work.
It will still work with your member, with your member ID for the sponsor and enroller. So
Correct.
those link builders will still work. Thank you. Okay, they're all the questions for the time being. We'll go through the second option now again. So we'll do the yes, no.
Okay. So back to step 1, we're leaving this again as the PSK with the dewdrop. We're joining Essential Rewards, yes.
So just to clarify as well, Meredith, this would be the section here where you would press no to join a member on standard orders.
Yeah, so if you want to select no there, Nathan.
Yeah.
So by selecting no, you'll continue the enrolment as a standard wholesale member, so they won't be signed up on Essential Rewards.
Yeah.
Okay, so we selected yes to join Essential Rewards, and then we're going to select no because we are going to add an additional 50 PB to process with this order today. So we'll select customize. I'm going to add more. It's 11.
So I can just see, quickly, I can just see a couple of messages about changing the way that it's worded on screen. If you do have suggestions, please do feel free to email them through to us. That would be wonderful. I know that the chat box is great, but yes, if you could email them directly to business development, that way we'll be able to collate all of them and pass the feedback onto the US and the IT department.
Okay, so we've got the PSK and we've added the additional 50 PV. So we would select next, and this is going to process the whole order today. So they'll get the 6 jade lemons with the PSK, and then the 6 jade lemons will remain on the Essential Rewards template, and then the member will need to update the order for next month's order.
So just having a look at questions. So Maria's asking, could a new member choose a BSK and add extra products to get 100 PV and still be on Essential Rewards?
Yes.
Yes, they can. So they just select the tick button. So we can show you now. So you select the BSK there. You'd say yes to Essential Rewards. And then what you would need to do is you would then need to set up the customized kit for next month, and then scroll to the bottom. So you'd add here your customizable kit. This would be your next month's order, for example, a Ningxia red bundle or a lavender, however many lavenders. Yeah, and then save that monthly order there. And then you'd add the additional products to the enrollment order by adding the products there at the bottom.
Yeah.
So you've set up next month's order for them with those oils, and then you'll also add the additional items to their BSK that they'd like in their first month's order. So Sarah's asking, is it giving you only PSK options to join? So no, so you have all of those options there. So up the top here, so you can see you have the 3 premium starter kits. Sorry, I'll just wait for the screen to load. You'll have the 3 most popular premium starter kits, which can be found there. You then have other premium starter kits in the next tab, which is the Ningxia and the Healthy Homes. You have the specialty kits, which is the Culinary, Savvy, and the 2 Savvy. And then you also have the basic kit there as well. You do have to select one of those items in order to progress. So they won't be able to progress past this point without selecting a starter kit of some description.
How did I return?
Just for retail signups as well, the process has not changed. They'll still just go to products, add what they want, and then check out.
Are there any more questions? I've tried to, I think that's all of the questions answered in the chat. Does anyone else have any additional questions?
Whose question was that?
So Maria is asking if they could only order 50 PV.
Yeah, so they can do 50 PV, but they will have to purchase at least a basic starter kit.
Zula's asking when does this take effect from? So it takes effect from tomorrow morning at the earliest.
Yeah.
So that will be potentially tomorrow morning. So yeah, it's being implemented tomorrow. We've got the retail customers here as well, so that's fine. So it would be great to have the options in a step-by-step guide. So we have 3 step-by-step guides. So we have one of how to enroll a new member on a standard order, one of how to enroll a new member on Essential Rewards and set up next month's template, as well as how to enroll a new member on Essential Rewards on 150 PV, with the 50 PV staying on for the month after. Okay, wonderful. Now we're going to go. Oh, so those guides haven't gone up yet. They'll be uploaded to the silver and above page. They'll also be put onto YLC. Now, what I would like to ask you all as the gold leaders is to provide some of the questions that you think some of your members are going to ask. We have got an FAQ document that we've created so far based on member services and what they feel that they will be asked. But it would be really great to have your input as well as to what questions you think your members will come to you with, so that we can prepare ahead of time. Hi, so we've got a couple of questions about using the test environment prior to it going live. Please do not use this test environment at all. It's really, really important that you don't go on here. It is an IT tool that we use. So please make sure you're not using this for testing prior to it going live tomorrow. Just trying to read through. So Sula's asking, is this the same procedure for all markets or just Australia? This is a global IT initiative.
Yeah.
So all markets will come on board with this same process, which means that it will be great for you if you do have members signing up in other markets. It means that you'll, regardless of the language, I'd hope that you'd be able to walk them through, as you'll be able to look at your one in English and walk them through in another language. So it's a really great resource to have. So yeah, so those are great questions actually. So Sarah's saying, what if I change my mind on the following month's order? So we can put that down as an FAQ. as well as what has been changed and what has stayed the same. Yep, so that's perfect. We can pop those down as well, Meredith. Thank you. Does anyone else have any questions that they think will come through from their members? So you can still set the date for your next monthly order, but you have to do this once the enrollment is complete.
Yeah.
So once you select checkout and activate, you'll then go through to the screen that unfortunately we couldn't show you, which is the Essential Rewards monthly tab. So you'd select there and it will say the monthly processing date. We have put this in the FAQs, and you do need to be made aware as well, is that if you are enrolling members later on in the month, it is important that you direct them to this process, to this tab. For example, if they enroll on the 29th or the 30th of the month, these are very busy days for the warehouse. So the site will automatically assign them a different date that is less busy for the warehouse. This way that they'll have their orders processed quicker and have the shipment processed quicker as well. So if you are signing new members up later on in the month, it's important that they go through to that tab and make sure that they double check the processing date for the following month. Okay, so Louise has asked, so yes, we will have to train teams today when they order and they don't understand the new process. Yeah, so this is a new process, but this is for enrolling members. So the process for placing orders is exactly the same. It's only the new enrollments that have changed. Yeah, so we have mentioned the ER date changes on the Q&A form. That's perfect. Can I ask to get? Yeah, they can still call to cancel. Of course, they call member services to cancel their Essential Rewards template. So by no means, just because they're selecting their next month's order, are we forcing them to make that next monthly order. This is a way to speak with your members and educate them about the awesome products that we have here at Young Living, about the Ningxia bundles, seedlings, and learn with them, and create a personalized experience for their enrollment. So what we'll do is we will, of course, send out the videos as soon as possible. So the tutorial will be created after this webinar, and we will get that sent up. However, what I will do is I will put this webinar onto the Golds and Above Facebook group for YLA. If you aren't a member of that, please search it. It's Young Living Academy Golds, and please request to be added, and I'll add it to there. That's not a problem at all. We'll create the tutorial and add it to the Silvers and Above page, as well as adding each step-by-step guide and the FAQs all to the Silvers and Above page, as well as adding it onto the YLC. I don't have any information about ZipPay or Afterpay. And this isn't on the website now. We're in a test account right now. So if you do go through and you try and enroll a new member, you will see the old process. This isn't due to come into play until as soon as tomorrow morning. But yeah, just a reminder, please do not use this test account. This is an IT account. So it's unlikely, Naomi, that we will ever go backwards to the old process. This will most likely be how we proceed forwards from this point on. Okay. Does anyone else have any other FAQs or any questions that they would like to ask? I will definitely put that down as well, Naomi. Thank you. I'll put down. But once it's initiated, and once you've played around with the system, you will see what a wonderful system it is, how simple it is, and streamlined, and how easy it will be for your newly enrolling members to add new products to their orders, to create their next monthly order, or to order 150 PV. And it will, of course, prevent those PSKs being sent out for a second month. It will stop those returns, and everything else stays the same. So we can say, I'm just reading some of the points here, bear with me. Yeah, and it will just take time. It will take time to understand the process. So the video, so we'll get off the call shortly. So we'll end this call shortly, and then the tutorial will be made, and that will be posted later on. I'm going to say about 3 o'clock, around 3 o'clock to the Silvers page. But we'll post this recording as soon as we end, as soon as it's downloaded, to the Golds and Above YLA page. Okay, so the question here is the system isn't forcing you to place a second monthly order, it's just setting up the next month's order. But you can, of course, change it before that order goes out. So if you choose the Ningxia bundle today, for example, with your new member, and they decide actually they'd really like to try the Thieves range, of course they can remove the Ningxia bundle and add the Thieves range to their order. You can't bypass adding your second month order. Okay. So I'm going to wrap it up there, everyone. We really, really appreciate your time, and we thank you all for joining us. We hope that's made it a little bit clearer for you. If you do have any issues, please do feel free to email through to business development, so businessdevau@youngliving.com. This is a really wonderful resource, and it's great for us to come in line with the US as well. So if you do have any other questions, please feel free to email them through. But what we will be focusing on this afternoon is getting you those step-by-step guides, FAQs, and those tutorial videos. Wonderful. So thank you all so much for joining us. We thank you again, and we very much look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.